Africa has many intense football rivalries. The Cairo derby between Zamalek and Al Ahly, the Mashemeji derby between Mahia and AFC Leopards, just to name a few. But not many have the ability to divide a nation, as in the case of South Africa's Soweto derby. CGTN Sias to Plessis kicks off our focus on the hottest football rivalries on the continent.
The Soweto derby is the most anticipated fixture on the South African football calendar. The showdown between Soweto Giants, Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates has been a marquee clash steeped in history, controversy and cracking football since the 1970s, capturing the imagination of millions of South Africans, often leading to the country coming to a standstill for 90 minutes.
Whether it is the biggest on the continent or not is, I guess, it's a matter of opinions. I can go as far as saying that it is definitely one of the biggest on the continent, and I can stretch it by saying that it is definitely one of the biggest games in the world because of the sheer magnitude of the interest it generates.
The iconic FNB Stadium, or Soccer City as it's affectionately known by football fans across the Rainbow Nation, is home to South African football and home to the Soweto derby. One of the biggest on the continent, is watched by millions in over 50 countries as they try to get a glimpse of Orlando Pirates taking on their rivals, Kaizer Chiefs.
It's definitely something special where, and that shows where players, each and everybody in your squad of 32 wants to be involved. You can see it in a training session, you can see it in matches.
Like they say, to whom much is given, much is expected, and for us is to make sure that we account, number one, but also represent not just South African football, because that's what it is, it's an advert for South African football.
As soon as the fixtures are released by the Premier Soccer League, the first thing fans look for is the date of the derby. That's when the rivalry is reignited, with fans from both clubs exchanging verbal blows and talking up their respective teams' chances in the sold-out Soweto showdown.
It's an event for African football. It's an event that is not just about 90 minutes. It's a cultural exchange. It's about the history of this country. During the dark days in this particular country, in the 70s, in the 80s, this is the only event people looked up to for hope to get together, whereby for a month up to the fixture, they could only talk about this event.
The derby isn't just a football match. It is more than that, and has been for almost 50 years. It continues to attract a massive audience on television and radio, and if you're lucky to get a ticket, usually sold out in hours, you happen to be the lucky owner of what remains the hottest ticket in town. Sias du Plessis, CGTN, Soweto.